Hello everybody, and welcome back to more of our patch 2.4 coverage on the PTS. We are in Dread Fortress story mode, and we're on the last boss, and her name is Dread Master Brontes, something like that. It's kind of strange of a name, but you start off by pulling her. I mean, she's just standing in the middle of the room. You shoot her, and then, or charge her, whatever you want to do, and then these tentacles come out of the ground, and that initiates the first phase. In fact, this fight has multiple phases, and they're all really good, and it gives you a good, I guess, pacing to the fight, and I really enjoy the difficulty of it and how much it changes as you go. Plus, there's just some fun things to do. So once you pull her, these tentacles, like I said, come out of the ground. It's the right hand and the left hand of her. It's not her actual hands, because that would make this one of those weird Japanese anime things, but we're not into that kind of thing in Star Wars, so we're just going to go ahead and kill them. There's little ones that pop out. You burn those too. It's fairly easy. There's nothing too technical about this. However, as you kill the left hand, two will pop out. That will do kind of like a channel between each other. You'll see it here. They channel between each other. If you're standing in between them, you'll just die, or anywhere near the other ones, because it has a little AoE effect. It'll also do damage to you. So basically, you're just watching for where they're popping up at, and you're moving the hell away. Otherwise, you'll get one shot. You don't want that to happen, because it does a lot of damage, and it's kind of annoying. I could see this being a problem with maybe a pug group, but for the most part, I think everybody would be able to pay attention enough in order to do it. Then you go into the second phase. She comes out, she does a few channeling things, boss picks her up, pretty tank and spank. There are a couple ads that come out. You do need to have your second tank pick up the ads if possible. You should burn them down as soon as they come, and then get back onto the boss. Nothing too technical here. So while we're going through this easy part of the fight, I will mention that patch 2.4 does come out tomorrow. In fact, they actually kind of broke it in the time of me making the last video and this one. It came out today, which is the 30th. It was supposed to come out the 1st of October, but it came out the 30th of September, and it's broken. So if you are watching this on the 30th of September, do not run your launcher, otherwise it'll break your game. You'll have to re-download it before tomorrow, which isn't good. But if you do download the patch 2.4 patch from the launcher on the 30th, then you could just launch the game tomorrow and it'll fix itself. So you just avoid playing today, basically, which sucks, but it happens, technical things. It is a pretty big screw up on their part. Hopefully we'll get a reward out of it. Now, going into the third phase, you'll see that she has like a blue thing around her, and ads will come out. She also does a giant lightning channel. The channel will go clockwise around the room, and it'll move fairly quickly. Your idea here is to kill all of the ads, right? So if there's ads around the room, you're supposed to move as a group and kill them. It's very similar to a fight in the Dragon Soul from World of Warcraft during Cataclysm. It's like up in the tower. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you have no idea. And I'll just move on, describing this. So what you want to do is you want to move as a group. You want everybody attacking the same target if possible, and you want to stay a fairly good distance ahead of the beam, because she will constantly do an AoE knockback, and it could get you out of position and then get you hit by that. Not good. After you do that phase and kill all the ads, you have these groups of tentacles that'll come out. You have, on the left and the right side, you have a big one with three little ones on each side. You really want to kill the big one as quickly as possible, if you can, and then you want to clean up the little ones as you go. What we decided doing during this is to kill the little ones first. That's fine, because they're doing damage to the group, so I mean, if you feel like you're taking too much group damage, kill the little ones first. Otherwise, if you feel like the tanks are taking too much damage, kill the big ones first. That's kind of the way you determine this. Most of the time, you'll have to kill the little ones. I would suggest starting on one of them and going clockwise or counterclockwise and determining that as you go. As far as the big ad goes, though, he'll do a constant knockback, knocking your tank back. There'll be purple circles under whoever had aggro on the Dreadmaster, which happened to be me. You want to stay out of those because it does quite a bit of damage. And you also want to face these tentacles away from the group. Otherwise, this AoE cone that you see on the ground will hit them too, and that's not good. So you clean up the tentacles, then you move into one of the last phases. Boss will teleport to the middle. Your typical burn phase, basically. You can't really do any damage until she comes out of this. So you try to stay kind of spread out. I would say this is the best way to do this bit of the fight. Burner. The tanks will have to do kind of a swapperoo, because she'll knock back, and then she'll try to go after somebody else. What we did is right when she knocked me back, the other tank taunted, and vice versa. She would go and knock him back, and then taunt. But as soon as you lose aggro, you'll want your other tank to taunt as soon as possible and just kind of go back and forth with it. That's the way that it works the best. Otherwise, this is just a burn phase, stay out of the purple stuff on the ground, and that is basically the entire fight. Like I said, it's really dynamic, it's super fun as a last fight in the first of the 2 new operations. I really enjoy it. Palace has a lot of really cool fights, very similar to the mechanics of this one, where it's like unique, something we haven't seen before, and I like that considering we've been in the same raids for quite some time now. And that's just not fun, right? Like, TFB is just not fun anymore. It wasn't fun, half a year ago, let alone a year ago when it came out. But, with that being said, I think this wraps up the rest of our 2.4 coverage. We will have a patch rundown video tomorrow when that patch actually comes out, and we'll be live streaming Terraria 1.2 at twitch.tv/OSWguild all day tomorrow until I actually have to raid. So probably starting at 9 a.m. PDT, I'm pretty sure is when I'll start. Maybe a little before that. We'll see, depending on what actually happens. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter, so check at OSWguild on Twitter, and we'll figure all of that out. But on that note, we shall see you guys next time.